have this circle of, I don't know what it's called, circle of validation maybe, where when we communicate with someone else, we hope to get some sort of positive response back. And I wanted to talk about how there's some really amazing parts of this business, and there's a part that's sort of hard. And I know if you've been doing this even for a couple of days, you know that it's hard when you send out messages and you don't get a response back, or maybe you get a negative response back. And what this article talked about is that when that happens to us, we go into, we do one of three things. We might withhold, so we aren't as, as positive and energetic with our messaging, or we might start to withdraw. We don't work as hard. We don't message as many people, or we can even start to project. So we're rude to people who are rude to us, even though we know we need to give good customer service. And I thought this article was so interesting, and I'm so glad I found it today, because if that's the hard part of our business, then the fun, amazing part is all of the good connections that we make. So when we find somebody who's just a rock star and is fun to talk to, and we can't wait to sign them up as a distributor, or we talk to a customer who's really serious about getting healthy and losing weight or growing their hair, whatever, and they're excited about our products, there's nothing better than that. And it also made me think about the cruise. I can't think of, I had such a fantastic time. Even just being on this call with Lori and Ingrid, who I adore, that is the upside of this business. So I just wanted to share that article with you guys, just so that you keep that perspective in mind when you are going about your daily activities. If you work online, it can be a lonely business, and it can be, you can get negative feedback or no responses at all from some of your messages. And I really want you to focus, when you're feeling down, I want you to focus on the positives of this business. Maybe your upline is a really great leader who you want to learn more from. Maybe you have some great sidelines. Maybe your downline just inspires you and makes you want to work harder. Focus on those things. And the cruise is one place that is going to bring all of those aspects together. If you have an upline that you don't really know, when you go on the cruise, you are either going to get to know that person, or you're going to find some sidelines that you connect with, and you are going to leave with some amazing friends and some amazing memories. So it is so important to keep yourself motivated for this cruise. Just to let you know, when I heard there was a cruise last year, I wasn't excited. I love the ocean, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a big get on a boat and sail across the ocean for 3 days kind of a person. And Lori and Ingrid can tell you, I think I was basically in tears when we were getting on the boat because I missed my kids, and I was like, I don't even want to do this. And the second that the doors shut and we started sailing, it was like hands down the most fun I think I had all year last year, with the shows that we went to, and with Lori trying to eat a cookie off of her face with her hands, and with Brandy saying Ermagerd. Just the funniest things happened. It was just such a fun experience. So I hope that you guys all have this as a goal. You focus on it, and that not only is it your goal, but you get your teams going for this, because they've given us a very easy way to track our points, to make sure that we are staying on task, and to just have a healthy competition with ourselves, right? How many points can I get? How many points can I get today, this week, next month? Amanda McGee has a wonderful flyer that she edited, and she made it so that there's 10 spots for loyal customers and 10 spots for distributors. And I am going to post that for all of you in the Copy My Instagram group. Is that the best place to post it? Ingrid?
Yeah. That would be, we'll post it I'll post it in mine too. So whatever groups.
Or you know what?
Okay.
I'll put it on my public profile. How about that? I'll just put it publicly. You guys go ahead, and it's just a picture. So screenshot it, save it, whatever you want to do, share it with your teams, and let's get those customers signed up. Really use that as a motivating tool for yourself and your teams. I think that's all I have to say.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get more people on this Zoom because I guess I have it maxed out. So I don't know how to upgrade it, but I'm gonna try and work on that. Shoot. Okay, so it's recording. So if you guys have team on that can't get on, we recorded it. I'm sorry. I will fix this for next week. But right now it's maxed out. I thought I'd already paid for it, which I have, but I guess I haven't paid for the highest level. So, but I will fix that. Okay, so how do you get these customers, right? So how do you get points for the cruise? So if you are brand new, just starting out, I kind of have been wanting to make like a step-by-step guide on how you get started, because really this business takes weeks of preparation before it really starts going. Some people have a really large warm market, meaning family and friends, that they can tap into, and they get a ton of customers off the bat. But then they need to get into their cold market. And some people need to get into their cold market because they don't have a warm market. So, so it really takes a lot of preparation to get your business going, to learn how to do this before you're really going to start seeing customers. So if you're giving up in the first 3 months, you didn't give it your all. You did not give it a chance. And even if you're after the 3 months and you're still feeling like you're not getting your customers, there's a huge learning curve, and everyone is different. So, you know, using videos like this and tips like this from leaders is what's going to help you learn how to do this quicker. So if you're just starting out, or you want to learn how to start out, the first thing you need to do once you get your business builder kit is start growing your social media. That's the absolute number one thing, because it takes the longest to get going. So grow your social media by following people on Instagram. So follow, you know, I think it's 60 per hour. 60 people per hour. Just don't go more than that. You don't have to do it every hour, but the more you can do, the better. And hopefully they'll follow you back. So growing that Instagram account, growing your Facebook account by adding 20 or so people a day, friending 20 or so people a day, and just get that going while you're waiting for your kit. And also plan your launch party like 2 weeks out, so that you have time to get that kit in the mail, and you give people an idea of what you're doing, so they can start kind of getting some anticipation about the products and stuff like that. And also, hundreds list is so important. So if any of you haven't done the It Works You training, or done all of it, and you don't know what I'm talking about when I say hundreds list, you definitely need to complete that training right off the bat. A hundreds list is something that you need to be using, whether it's your first day or if you're 3 years into it, you need to be using a hundreds list. I still use a hundreds list. And basically what that is you're going to write down 100 names or more of people that you want to contact, either about the business or about trying a product out. So you need to make that, and if family and friends make that hundreds list, great. If they don't, if you don't have that many, then what you're going to do is anyone that likes any of your posts or comments on them on social media, they're going to go on that hundreds list. And really, you know, jog your memory, because maybe you're forgetting someone. So go through all of your Facebook friends and add every single person that you can to that hundreds list, and you'll be surprised at how quickly it fills up. And that hundreds list needs to keep growing. So mine is like a thousands list now after 3 years. And every time the company launches a deal, like a buy one, get one free deal, I am messaging all of my thousands list. Okay. I'm going through every single one and messaging them. Cara, is your video locked on you, or can you see me?
We see you.
Okay, just wondering. I just see you. Okay, so that's, and then also if, you know, a new bonus comes out for distributors, I have a different list for distributors. Sometimes I message both, but I'll be, you know, if the Ruby bonus gets extended or whatever, I'm messaging my list for distributors. Okay, and I have just a quick message that's personalized to them on what I want to talk about. We're going to get to the more, if you're more experienced with this business, how you're going to get customers. Lori's going to cover that. So just hang with me. This is for kind of more of the newbies. So when you're posting on Facebook, It Works Global Facebook page is a really good place to get things that you can post, pictures that you can post before you have your kit, before you have product that you can hold up and show people, before you have product that you can try. So that's a place where you can get pictures to use. They have really good advertisements. And make sure when you're starting out that you tag people in the comments of your post, because a lot of them are not going to see your post, because when you're just starting out, you don't have that kind of algorithm worked on Facebook, meaning you haven't liked and commented and interacted with enough people on Facebook that they're going to show your posts are going to show up in their feed. So tagging people is a really good way to get that interaction up. So if you're not getting any likes or comments on your posts, try tagging people. Let's see. There's a bunch of questions. Okay, so It Works Global. The It Works Global Facebook page is what I'm talking about. Just go to Facebook and type in It Works Global, and that's what I'm talking about. They have really good ones. And also, follow Pam Souter and Mark Pentecost. Those are really good people to start out following. Okay, so once you get your kit, you need to be posting a picture of you with the product. It doesn't need to all be before and after pictures. So what's working really well for people right now is posting yourself, you using the product. Okay, would you recommend mass cold messaging on Instagram or Facebook? That's what we're actually going to talk about with Lori. So the first few weeks you need to be building up your social medias so that you can do this little technique that we're going to be talking about. But one of the major things about posting pictures of yourself is be excited, okay? When you're taking a selfie, you need to start taking selfies. If you hate them, you need to get over that. Just take them, and seriously, the happier you are, the better. The better you will look, the better your sales will come off to people, okay? So, just put a big smile on, and whatever you look like is great, all right? It's not like a beauty contest. People need to see your face, and they need to see your face with the product, using it, okay? So, here's an example of just a picture that I absolutely love. I don't know if you can see it, but it's this distributor, and she's pregnant, and she's holding the Stretch Mark cream, and then below, she, shares this story about how much she loves Stretch Mark cream and how much it's done for her. She's so excited, and that is just one of my favorite ads of all time. It's not just a boring before and after. It's her. She's branding herself. She's excited, and she's going to get customers to share that excitement with her. So be creative and really do more you using the product than you feel like you need to show that the product, results pictures. Not everyone wants to see stomachs on their Instagram feed all day long. Okay, so do some of those, but these ones are actually more effective for building your business and branding yourself. Okay, so those are some of my tips. If I think of any, I'll come back, but I really want Lori to share this thing that she came across that's working really well. And she actually got a customer from it today just by trying it, for a couple hours today. So, okay, Lori, I will unmute you. I thought you were already unmuted. Let me unmute Lori here. Okay, she is unmuted.
Okay, sorry. I had muted myself, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't unmute myself. Okay, so hey everybody, I'm Lori Furtado. So I watched a video last night that I was just like, okay, my disclaimer, I'm the biggest hypocrite I know, because when I first joined, I was very anti-Instagram. I'm not doing Instagram. I'm not signing up for Instagram. I'm not going to use it. And then I watched a video about a girl who went diamond in 30 days via Instagram. And I was like, okay, I'm sold. So then I started using Instagram. So last night watching this video, and the girl's name is Cassie Montoya. She's the one that did this part of the video. So I don't know if you watched it last night. If you did, I'm sorry, but this is what I did This is what I'm going to talk about tonight. So she was talking about she had gotten, by doing this, she had gotten 54 loyal customers in 1 month, and that was the month of February. And so I was like, okay, I'm sold. All right, let's do it. So what we're going to talk about, we're not going to call it cold messaging. We're going to call it warm messaging, because we all know cold messaging, cold marketing is a big no-no. Warm messaging is a little bit different. It's very similar, but we're going to start calling it warm messaging from now on, so as not to give it a stigma. And like Ingrid was saying, you really do need to have your following on Instagram up there to start doing this. So, and have them, people have seen your face, they've seen your posts, they're interacting, you're interacting for this to actually work. But because we're calling it warm market, if you are new, instead of sending that generic message we all learned, hey, have you tried that crazy wrap thing? It's the same thing, but you're spicing it up instead. So what we're going to do, and I'm going to read off the messages that I'm sending for you guys, so you guys can go back through and copy it if you want to or not. So basically, I'm using all of my Instagram, and I'm going through my followers. So I click on my followers, and I'm sending out 10 messages an hour, and that's it, just 10. I did try it on Facebook, but I didn't like it. I don't know why. I wasn't getting the feedback that I was getting on Instagram, so I stopped doing that little, routine on Facebook. So I start from the top of my following list. I click on my followers, and I just go down the list, and I message 10 per hour. That's pretty much the max, guys. If you do more than that, you're going to get flagged, or you're going to get blocked or deleted from Instagram. So keep it small. So I'm sending them this. Hi, love. I know this is totally random, but I need pictures for my portfolio, and I have a few spots left for my 40% off discount. I need you to try a product of ours. Would you be interested? Smiley face. And I'm sending that message to every person, 10 people an hour. So I did that today. I started around 3 o'clock because I was busy all day. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to talk about this, I need to make sure it works. So my third wave, so that would be the third hour. Now, I wasn't on my phone for 3 hours straight. I did my 10, got off. Did my 10, got off. Did my 10, got off. In my third wave, I got my customer. I got her to sign up. So what do they say? They usually are like, what products, or yes. And out of the 10, I would get maybe 1 or 2 responses, which is great, guys. Let's think about this. Before, I'm not going to lie, today is the 12th. I have nothing on my books except for today. I finally got my first loyal customer today for the whole month. And I've been working the whole month. So this shows you it works. So you can do it if you want. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, you don't have to. But I'm proof that it actually worked, because I haven't had anything all month, and it's been, aggravating. And I know you guys are with me when you are working and you're not getting any results. So my third hour, I got a customer. So they're like, okay, yeah. They're like, whatever, tell me more, what products. This is what I say in my DM. They'll be like, yeah, I want to try it. I'll be like, awesome. What's your phone number? I'll text you all the information. It's easier than a DM. Because we all know that we don't get the notifications from DMs like we should. It's not like Messenger, or it's not like a text. So 90% of the time, or let's say 75% of the time, they give me their phone number, and I'm going to text them right away. And here's my response. This is what I text them. Hey girl, it's Lori from Instagram. First, tell me some things you might be interested in. I still need someone for wraps to firm, tone, and contour. Greens for detoxing and cleansing your body. HSN supplements for hair and nail growth. Fat fighters to take after meals to absorb fat and carbs. Which would you prefer? And then they're going to say, oh, maybe the wraps, or let's go with hair, skin, and nails. And so there, now I don't have a generic response that I'm sending out. Now I have to cater it to whatever they respond. So if they're like, I want the hair, skin, and nails, and I'll be like, great. You know, like I talk to them like this sale, I've already sold it to you. We are just finishing up the final touches. So be excited. I'm like, awesome. You're going to love this product, and I'm going to give it to you. Where are you going to go? I'm sorry, I can't read. I'm like doing it like a periscope. Train of thought. So I'm, you know, messaging them like it's already been sold. I say, great. You know, the hair, skin, nails, you're going to love it. And I'm going to get it to you at 40% off today. So it's normally $55 and you're going to get it for $33. Do you want to go ahead and get signed up? Then we'll see what they say from there. A lot of people after that, they might not respond. And that's probably because, you know, they don't know how much it was. But the last girl that I talked to, she was like, yeah, I want to go with the greens. How much is it? And I told her, and she's like, okay. And then she's like, how do I sign up? And I'm like, oh my gosh, is it really that easy? Apparently it can be, guys, if we're messaging, you know, like this. And so that's what I sent them. So now if they don't say anything, then they're going to go on my follow-up list, and I'm going to follow up with them in a few days, or I like to follow up on Fridays, but since today is Thursday, tomorrow might be a little bit too soon. So a follow-up message that you can send is, hey girl, I have one spot left for my 90-day challenge, and I thought of you. Do you want to take it? So because you said I thought of you, I haven't tried this one yet, but this is what Cassie was saying. Their response was, well, thank you for thinking of me. You know, it's kind of like you took some time and you're not just salesy. It's like, hey, I thought of you. You know, do you want it? I'm going to save it for you. So that's what I've been doing. And I mean, I messaged 30 people today. That's it. And I got a couple of, you know, I've got more leads doing this than I have all month. I haven't gotten any responses. Nobody asking me questions about anything. And then all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it, because if this girl is getting 54 customers a month, it's working. And she started doing it because her enroller said the first day she did it, she got 4 loyal customers in one day, which is a lot. So, you know, I recommend you guys trying it if you feel comfortable doing it. But like Ingrid was saying, make sure you have an established follower, you know, following, and make sure you are interacting with people's posts and stuff. And then another great tip is if they do respond, but they're not, like if you ask them for their phone number and they just ignore it, they're probably scared that it could be kind of scammy. So just go ahead and send them the info. Like I had one girl completely ignore me once I asked her for her phone number. So I was like, you know what? She probably thinks this is some kind of weird scam. I'm going to go ahead and send her the information via DM anyway. She didn't, you know, buy anything. She asked me what I would recommend. I said, you know, what I recommend, and then that's it. But now I'm going to turn her post notifications on. So every time she posts on Instagram, I'm going to go and I'm going to like her pictures, or I'm going to comment on her pictures, so I stay in her face. She remembers me, and I can get some interaction going, and then maybe she will go ahead, you know, and buy from me. No, these are just my followers. I'm going to my following list. If they're following me, and especially if I'm not following them back, that means they requested to follow me. I didn't ask to follow them. So I'm really hitting them hard, because you know what? You wanted to be in my life. So if you want to be in my life, let's do this, you know? So I kind of don't feel bad with them. But a lot of people, you know, I try to make a rapport with, you know, my followers. But like Cassie was saying, she's just going down that list of followers and messaging them all 10 an hour, and it works, guys.
Yeah, that's why I said this works better after you've established your Instagram, because if you're doing this from day one and no one even knows what you sell, I don't know. But that, you know, establishing a rapport, like if you're branding yourself every day, you are putting out there some kind of it works with your face on it, with your hashtag. For weeks, people kind of are starting to know you. And so I think this will work better after you have established that kind of rapport. And it doesn't have to be like, if you're liking and commenting on their photos, that's excellent. But if you don't have time, at least you're popping up in their feed and they're seeing what you do and who you are. So treat your page like a business. Like, this is your business page. And so they're getting a message from a business. Okay. And that makes it a little bit easier to think of. And also, wait, I was going to say one more thing that someone posted. I can't remember. Anyway, Lori, keep going. Back to you.
Danica had a good question. So it's a little bit annoying because when you click on followers, you have your list of followers. So you're gonna click on the first name, whatever. You're gonna send a message because you have to click on their profile to send them a message. And then when you click the back button, let's say you went halfway down your following page, it pushes you all.
Wait, I've muted you, Lori. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on. Lori, I think you can unmute yourself. Let's see. Unmute. Okay, sorry.
Unmuted. Did I cut off, or did you hear anything from my mouth?
Oh yeah, just like 2 seconds. I muted you right when I said I muted you.
Oh, okay. So when you go back out of that message to kind of go back to your back screen or whatever, it's going to put you back to your very first follower. So you're going to have to scroll back down and find where you left off. So if you're like me, Ingrid, Cara, where you've got 10,000 followers, it can get a little redundant and annoying, but it's worth it. I mean, it's a little bit of extra time. And then Danica, yeah, I write down, because I'm only doing 10 per hour, I write down the last person I messaged, and I just write down, that's the person I left off with. So cat_eyes24, that's the last person I messaged. So when I go to my followers, I'm going to look and try to remember where I kind of left off, because as you start getting into the depth, it's going to get a little bit harder. And I don't know how to make that easier, because when you click the back button, it just pushes you back up to the top, which is super annoying.
Rochelle put on the chat that she recommends Iconosquare to get a complete list of your followers. So that's a really good tip. And Alexis, you said Instagress is another great app. There are so many apps, you guys, to use Instagram. You have to find these. So Instagress, Alexis said it will like, comment, follow, and unfollow people for you. Okay, I don't know a lot about that. Be careful with the ones that do things for you, because they could cause your account to get blocked if they do it too much. But you guys research those and see what you think. Is there a cutoff time for messaging people? I wouldn't like text or call people after a certain hour, but like if you're on Instagram, it's not like they're going to get woken up from an Instagram direct message. So, yeah, but I mean, I would try and do it when they're still awake, just so that you can get people to contact you right away. So anyway, okay. So there was a couple things I was going to say, and now I forgot them. Isn't that fun? Okay. But about talking and messaging with people, Lori, said a couple really good things. And Lori, if you can type these up, everyone's asking for the scripts to be typed up in some way. So I don't know if you can put it in the chat or send it to everyone some other way.
We can put it in the chat right now.
Yeah, that's what they were asking. So, so she'll work on doing that real quick. But when you're talking to people, first of all, do not be afraid of that loyal customer program. This is one of your best sales tools. I hear people all the time tell me, how am I going to get them to do 3 months, the 3-month commitment? And that is crazy business to me. If we didn't have that loyal customer program, I don't even know how I would sell things. So how I phrase things is just a tip I wanted to share. Is if someone's interested in the wraps, I say, all right, they're $99 if you buy once, or they're discounted to $59 if you do our 3-month program. Which would you like? Simple as that. So you don't need to go into a lot of detail, and it's just like, do you want a discount or do you not want a discount? Simple as that. So, don't be afraid of that. That's one of like the best sales tools that we have with this company. I really like it. So if you see it in a different perspective, it's not so scary anymore. and keep things very short and sweet. The more simple, the better. So if there's a question you can't answer, use myitworksproductcoach.com, modify the wording from there, and just keep things really simple. You know, do they want weight loss? Do they, you know, then do the It Works system. You don't need to go into every single product we have. So those are just a couple tips I was thinking about. And then I think Kara just wanted to share a couple things on getting distributors, since we just focus so much on loyal customers. And then maybe we'll wrap this up. So Kara, if you wanted to share those.
Yeah, I'll keep it short. I mean, I was just brainstorming while I was listening to Lori, and you know, I love that she said that she gets people's phone numbers. Really, truly, I believe the more contact information you can get from people, the better, because you have more ways of following up with them. It's just really important to stay organized. So in my phone, I have them saved as PLC, potential loyal customer, or PDT, and then I'll also include their Instagram name in my phone contact list. So you know, even put some notes to yourself, like you messaged them last week or whatever. And that's a really good way to stay organized. And I love the idea about turning on notifications. Like, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that before, but I would really encourage you to, if you're having a person who likes your posts a lot, or you've interacted with them, make sure you go and you turn on their notifications so that every time they post on Instagram, you're able to reciprocate and really build that relationship. So that said, with distributors, I was brainstorming, I was thinking, gosh, wouldn't it be cool if we could come up with some sort of a message like this that Lori's sending out for customers, but tailor it towards distributors. And I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I have to sit down and look at it on paper or on my phone. But I know that, you know, with 50 of us here on this Zoom, maybe we could put our heads together and come up with something such as, you know, working from home, something about, you know, there's no contract, no cancellation, so they could try it. Have you ever thought about trying working from home? So maybe we can all brainstorm and make a post in one of the groups and come up with something. And that's a way also to start developing some leads for potential distributors. And the last thing that I want to say that always works well for me, besides making, you know, developing a relationship with the person and getting to know them, is you need to, the thing that works best for me is sitting down and making a list of everything that I have to offer a distributor. The groups, scripts, our photos, how much mentoring time you give them. Sit down and make that list. And I hope that that will help you guys put it in perspective that you shouldn't be putting yourself in the position that you're begging anybody to sign up as a distributor. This is truly a life-changing opportunity. And when we keep that in our mind and we think about all that we as uplines have to offer to somebody who wants our help, that's, I mean, right there is a gold mine worth way more than $99. So as you message people, I'll just give you some examples. My recent messages, if someone asks me what I do because they see my Instagram or my Facebook account, I will say, you know, they'll say, how do you work from home? I will say to them, well, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and why you want to work from home? Because that's going to let me get to know them. Maybe they're a nurse, maybe they're a teacher, maybe they're a stay-at-home mom and they're broke. Any of those things I'm able to then talk on. Oh, if you're a teacher, you would love this aspect of our business. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you would love being able to work from home and pay some of your bills. So make sure that you put yourself in the position that you're interviewing them a little bit, okay? So that it's not you just telling them everything, you know, why they should sign up, but instead they need to be telling you why they would be a good teammate. And, you know, the goal is that you meet somebody that you really connect with and that is in this business with you for the next 50 years and that you love working with and that you're going to go on this cruise with. So just keep that in mind when you're talking to people. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. And actually, off that note, I have done this for distributors. I kind of didn't even think of it until you said something. But what I do, I don't do it to like every single one of my followers. Find a follower that I really like that I just feel like I want to work with. I like what they post. I like how positive they are. And then I will direct message them and I will say, hey, I just wanted to reach out because I absolutely love your Instagram feed. And I think, you know, and I'll say something personal about them. Like, I love pictures of your family. Like, they're so cute, or whatever they're posting. Like they have great style photos, whatever. I kind of compliment them on it. And then I say, I just wanted to see if you had any interest in becoming an It Works distributor. I'm trying to mentor a select few people, and I think you would just be amazing at it. And then just leave it there. And I've never gotten like a negative response from it. They just say, oh, that's so sweet. No, thank you. Or, a couple of people have been really interested in it. So that's definitely something you do for distributors too. I do think you should keep it a little bit more exclusive. I guess you don't have to if you're willing, but I mean, I just like to kind of narrow down who I'm working with because it does take a lot of my time at this point. So, yeah, and Alexis, I'll try and type something up. So yeah. And then, okay, the last thing I wanted to say is that if you feel like your business is kind of going slow right now or in a lull, you guys, it has nothing to do with the company. It has nothing to do with the time of year. It has to do with your level of motivation and excitement. And I know that's going to suck to hear because I'm sure you guys are trying really hard. But honestly, the more excitement you get about this, the more you're thinking about it on a daily basis, the more you're going to get back from it. So even if it's December, Christmas, and you think no one's spending, like I promise your business can be just as busy any other time of the year. So just kind of really look at what you're doing. If your team is going slow and they don't seem motivated, make sure that you are leading by example. Make sure that you're posting really positive, upbeat things. You're saying really upbeat things about your business all the time. Even if you don't feel like it that day, it'll kind of, that positive reinforcement will help you as well as them. When Cara, Lori, and I started, you guys, we were like, struggling to get to Ruby and thought this would never happen. Like Ruby was like, the hardest thing ever. And we didn't know how to get customers. But the thing is, we just made it kind of like really fun. Like every day it was really fun if I could get another customer. And I wouldn't stop until, like that Cassie Montoya, when I was watching that, she said she would message until she got her customer. She would just keep going all day until she got a customer, until she was satisfied. So you have to have that mindset with this business. It's not just something, it can be $1 million business if you treat it like that. And we say that a lot, but you really need to, it needs to be a huge part of your life and of your thinking. So you're constantly thinking of new ways to grow your business. So just, make sure you have that energy and that positivity, and try and get on that cruise. Make that a challenge for yourself, and you'll see that your team kind of starts to follow when you are focusing on you and your business. So that's all I wanted to say. Do you guys have anything else, Lori?
No, I think it's a great Zoom. I just wanted to say though, can you believe the cruise was like last year? It feels like it was just yesterday or like last month. I mean, I think I'm still on that cruise high. You guys get on the cruise. It's so much fun because it's such an equalizer. You're going to like see people who are distributors, who are ambassadors, who are Black Diamond, and they're going to walk up to you and they're going to hug you and they're going to buy you drinks. They're going to do karaoke with you. It's such an equalizer. When you're brand new and you see yourself as a distributor and you can't see yourself. I know for me, it was triple diamond. I could never see myself as triple diamond, but that was my ultimate goal rank. And I never believed I could get there, but I wasn't going to stop until I did. And, and I always thought these people who were at this level were just something so special, so out of reach, almost like celebrities. And then you get them all on this boat. They can't get away from you. They have to talk to you. They have to take pictures with you. And it just kind of makes everything so real. So get on that cruise, guys. Get on the cruise.
Ingrid, I want to say one more thing off of what you said. I love what you said about just getting into the habit of,
Uh-oh. Cara? Hello. Okay, maybe she'll come back. Maybe she'll come back. But I just saw a question. Pam asked, how long has it taken to get to your rank? So my story is I think Lori is a celebrity. She is a celebrity. Lori's.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm not.
So it took me a year to get to diamond, and I think that was whatever. It can be slow to some people, fast to some people, but it took me a whole year to get to diamond. So I stuck with it for a year, and then it just took me one more year to get to ambassador. So once I got to diamond, I got that thing that we get that like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I got so excited. I just went ambassador the next year. So, and Lori, how long has it been? How long did it take you to get to triple diamond?
Gosh, I know. I'm trying to remember that. I want to say it was less than 2 years. It was like right at like maybe a year and a half for triple.
Cool.
Or maybe, yeah, I think it was a year and a half.
All right, I'm just finishing up typing my script here for you guys. Here, I'm just going to send this before you all get off. Becoming a rep. Okay, so if you want to do that. And Lindsay, you were awesome. Like, wasn't the cruise fun, Lindsay? It was so much fun. So she was chatting how it was fun to meet us. But so you guys, that cruise, you have to be on it, and it's not that hard. Build rubies. That's what we always teach, because that's the most points you can get is building rubies. Don't keep your customers. Sign distributors, get them for customers, and then build a ruby. You'll get tons. Like I that's all I did. I didn't keep any customers. I built rubies, and I was a point earner, one of the top point earners too. So it does work. Oh, she just figured out. Do you have a question, Heather? We can stay on it. Okay, yeah. And this will be recorded, and I'll post this for your teams if y'all want to tell them. So, all right, good night. Thanks, Lori.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.